Hello, this is me, Josh Hunter, and I'm on the planet Earth. I have and just in case, sometimes I don't know why it would matter, but I am here in Santa Monica on the 3rd Street Promenade. This is a Stegosaurus plant behind me. So that's also known as a Stegosaurus. Stay, go, soar, us. Anyway, I just in case, I don't know. It didn't, for a long time. It never occurred to me that like people didn't believe me. But anyway, um, as you know, I have had, I like to, like, all right. I like to stay on task. Okay, I don't like forgetting things that are important. And sometimes, because I'm generally in a very uncomfortable state, it's easy to remain sober and focused. But I need to make sure that when I'm comfortable again, that I don't lose focus. Because sometimes when things are so nice and comfortable, you can't. You just you lose your sense of urgency. And so I want to make sure that I retain my sense of urgency. I want to keep my wits about me. Right now, basically, the condition of homelessness is keeping me awake, alert, and I am constantly on the lookout. I feel sharp. My senses are attuned to the things they ought to be attuned to. That's TUNED. But I just want to make sure that I preserve the things that will be important, even when I get my housing, my stabilized housing. So once more, let me reiterate, someone is going to pay for me to either have my own entire house or my own room inside inside a house, or for me to live in a hotel, and this is for the rest of my life. And these will not be prisons, hospitals, or graveyards. I'll receive the laptop computer, a laptop computer, plenty of booze and alcohol, a TV, central air conditioning, at least 10 sets of clothes, a sex robot, and I think I might need it as well. And food, obviously all the food that I need, good food, and yes, so I believe someone's going to pay for this, and I have tried to describe as often as I can in the ways which are best or most correct, that someone should do this for me, and that if I have to do this myself, I think it'll be easier for the people of Earth if I just if someone does it for me, because if I have to do it, anyway. So I would like to. So I have these 3 things which I say are my main operations. So my first operation is to the preservation of infrastructure, and that doesn't mean that I'm not going to go run for political office or something, but I just try to live in a way which preserves, the modern conveniences. So the infrastructure that is needed for modern conveniences. So in the way that I say things, the way that I do things, I try to do so in a way which will preserve these things. I want to contribute to their preservation. I'm not saying that I'm going to save infrastructure. But just to live in that way. The second thing is to the preservation of needful structures, and so that's like because sometimes, that's like stuff like social structures, religious structures, political structures. Uh, these are like bodies, I guess, so to speak. These are intangible, perhaps conceptual even, but that people need to get from point A to point B. Like if you have like a Bible or something, I mean that would be like a needful structure. I consider the Bible as a structure. I don't believe in the Bible, and I don't have any particular use for it, but under certain circumstances, it is a needful structure. So if there's like someone gonna run around and, because like I said, I barely believe in the Bible, and I personally, I think that Jesus was a crook. I believe he existed, and I definitely believe that he did the things that he did, but either he was like a puppet for someone else, like he was just like some guy who was like taken advantage of, and they used him for some like criminal spiritual activity, and but to me, like, he was a crook. Like, that's not the way you do things. And maybe like it's like amateur, an amateur. But I don't know if it was all his fault, so I couldn't blame the guy. So anyway, I would still consider the Bible a needful structure because it gives people a reason to retain their morals and ethics. Even if there isn't a hell or a heaven, I think it is important to retain your moral and ethical standards, and that's what the Bible does. It assists you to do those things, even if those things aren't real. I mean, even if the things which are promised in the Bible are not real, its inherent value is the preservation, it encourages the individual to preserve their highest moral and ethical standards. So I consider it a needful structure until we find something better, I guess. So that would be the preservation of needful structures. The third operation is the to contrive to never have to do anything, and this is, I guess, specified. This is specified to me specifically, and because I put in my hours, so I don't really want to be doing a whole lot of things that I don't need to. I don't like excess or excessive stuff. So preservation, or to contrive to never have to do anything, which means I don't want to have to do anything. And sometimes I'll do things that seem unusual, but it's simply based on my calculations. Like that's the way to do it. You play your guitar on that MTV. That ain't working. So anyway, I don't know if everyone would want to do that. Some people, they like to feel like something's happening. I don't need to feel as though things are happening. And so then, but okay. So those are the three which I've said. Anyway, I'd like to add a fourth operation and see if this holds. And this is my fourth operation is to never become dependent upon guessers. Okay, so you might ask, what is a guesser? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, I think. A guesser is someone who guesses. They don't investigate. They don't do their homework. They don't try to understand a thing or comprehend it. A person who guesses is, they don't utilize the inherent intelligence that lay within and around them to make sure that they are deducing correctly. And so, if you become dependent on guessers, then to me that's kind of a gamble, a risk anyway. So everything that I do, I want to make sure that I'm not guessing. Like, I've done my utmost. I'm not, because I would consider scientists even to be guessers, because they change their minds like every 50 years. They're always, well, this is the case, and then this is the case, and this. Okay, well, pick a place and live there, because scientists are constantly moving from one place to another, and so I don't even know. I guess this is probably my most difficult operation, although it may not seem like it. But I'm basically trying to avoid guessing in the decision-making process that I have, and to not make real and strong decisions, in an offhand way. I'd like to give every important decision, and sometimes even like the not so important decisions, real considerable thought, to make sure that I'm not, because like I said, if I were only, I have not yet proven whether or not, you know, there's such a thing as like, dying and coming back to life, or I mean, yeah, I believe Jesus did it, but I don't know if that's like something that we need to be concerned with. But like I don't. If there's such a thing as like reincarnation, then the amount of work that is required to make sure that I don't get born into some shit world is, I think that's important. So my fourth operation is to not become dependent upon guessers, people who guess. And so far, I think these 4 operations are equivalent to a strong foundation, more than a foundation, are the equivalent to a strong belief system that can withstand the varying winds of change and chance. And so I just want that here so I can remind myself when it's appropriate. Would you like me to turn out the light to help you sleep? I can tell you're nodding off, so I want to make sure. Okay. Oh yeah, and also I want to make sure that my my celebrity girlfriend, and then my celebrity wife. I don't know if these are I don't know if these are 2 different people, or if it's my celebrity girlfriend who becomes my celebrity wife. I want to make sure that she's kept as safe and protected as possible, even if I am not personally able to provide that type of safety and security. I would like my celebrity girlfriend, I guess my celebrity wife, would to be kept in as good a health as it is reasonable to do so. Or I mean, I don't want, because like I'm not in the position to say who deserves what. I don't care how much you love someone. I mean, if you think that you can say whether or not they deserve this or whether or not they deserve that, like I always yield to the higher intelligence, and I don't want to increase my debt to such a degree as, like, all right, let's say my celebrity wife does not like deserve to be in good health. Okay, then if I say, oh, let her receive the best health, you know how much that's going to cost me? You think I got that kind of money? I mean I do, but anyway, I want to make sure that my celebrity wife feels as best as she can without instigating needless jealousy from other people or anyone. I want my celebrity wife to be free from any type of common violence. Nothing that would needlessly cause her strain or stress. And I want to make sure. I want to make sure my lady's comfortable. Okay? So, I wanted that all here so I can, retain the legal authority that I need to accomplish these tasks, which are significant to myself and relevant parties. Let's get a party going. Let's get a party going. Have you ever heard of a guy named Andrew WK? As much as I try, I never could be like some cool music guy. Like sometimes. Alright, but like I wanna be like, because I used to want to be in a band, and in fact I've had a couple of cool band names. Like when I was gonna be a rapper, well not a rapper, but one of my band. No, that wouldn't be a. Anyway, I'm not like very musically inclined. I need something that's more based in reality, or my reality anyway. I mean, not to say there's music isn't based in reality, but I can't afford to be around I can't afford certain types of deceptions. So, and that's easier to do in the music industry than it is in other ones. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and Godspeed.